Okay, so first thing we're going to do with this problem, we're assuming that all of these things are true. Okay, they're telling us these statements are true. The statements might be conditional statements, if-then statements. So there's no facts that are out there. We just, except for the fact that we know that if this is true, then we can conclude this. Okay, the first four are like that, and then the last one is a statement of fact. So here's what we got. If Maria is drinking juice, then it is breakfast time. If it is lunchtime, then Kira is drinking milk and nothing else. If it is mealtime, then Curtis is drinking water and nothing else. Mealtime being any of the meals, right? Lunchtime, breakfast time, dinner time. And D says if it is breakfast time, then Julio is drinking juice and nothing else. Okay? So I'm going to uh, I'm going to underline in pink the things that we know are true as fact. Okay, not just would be true if we knew something else. Okay, so that brings me to the last one. E, Maria is drinking juice. That is a statement of fact. We know that this is a fact. I'm going to put a box around it. Okay, we know it's a statement of fact because they tell us assume all these things are true, and this is not an if-then statement. It's not a conditional statement. There's no conditions that need to be met in order for it to be true. It is just true. So, okay, Maria's drinking juice. Now, what else do we know because of that? What I'm going to put boxes around the other things. Well, up on top, A, it says if Maria is drinking juice, and we know she is from E, then it is breakfast time. We have a new fact. Here is our new fact. Whoops. It is breakfast time. Fact. That is no longer something that might be true. We know that that must be true because it's always true if Maria is drinking juice, and she is drinking juice. It says it in E. So it is breakfast time. Okay? Now, capitalizing on that, look at D. It says if it is breakfast time, we know something to be true, something that must be true. If it is breakfast time, Julio is drinking juice and nothing else. We know this to be true. All of these things that I'm boxing in pink are must be true. Okay? And of course, remember, because E says Marie is drinking juice and A says if Marie is drinking juice, then it's breakfast time, we know it's breakfast time. And C says if it is mealtime, any of the meals, breakfast, dinner, or lunch, then we know that Curtis is drinking water, nothing else. Since we know that it is one of the meal times, breakfast time specifically, we can say Curtis is drinking water and nothing else. That is true. Okay? Now, it is breakfast time, not lunchtime. So I'm just going to point out up here, use my laser pointer. Okay. This says if it is lunchtime, it's not. It's not lunchtime. Okay. So we can't make a statement about Kira. At lunchtime, Kira drinks milk and nothing else. We don't know anything about it. We don't know what happens when it's not lunchtime. We only know what happens if it is and it's not. Okay. Just addressing that last statement that we didn't find to be true. So let's go down to the bottom. Number 19. It says, well, first of all, the instructions say use only the information given above, and for each statement, write it must be true, it may be true, or it's not true, and explain. I'm going to verbally explain after writing it. Okay? So, Julio is drinking juice. Well, we know that it's breakfast time because Maria is drinking juice, and if Maria is drinking juice, then it's breakfast time. Since we know that it's breakfast time, we know here if it's breakfast time, Julio is drinking juice and nothing else, so that must be true. This must be true that Julio is drinking juice. Okay? Must be true. All right. Julio must be drinking juice because at breakfast time, Julio drinks juice and nothing else. Now, 21. Kira is drinking milk. Well, we actually have not determined anything about what Kira is doing right now. We know what she's definitely doing at lunchtime. She's drinking milk and nothing else. But there's no reason to think that she doesn't drink milk at other times too. Okay, she likes milk. She's drinking at lunchtime. And it's possible that she's drinking milk at some time that's not lunchtime. We don't know what her behaviors are at other times. So we can't say that it's definitely true. We can't say that it's definitely false. So what do we say there? We say may be true. Okay. And finally, Maria is drinking water. Let's take a look at that one. Well, it says on E, Maria is drinking juice. But unlike some of the other ones where it says, like, look at Kira, right? If it's lunchtime, she's drinking milk and nothing else. We don't have that information about Maria, that she's drinking juice and nothing else. Okay? You can drink two things at once, right? You can have a glass of orange juice and a glass of water, kind of go back and forth between them. Pretty common. So the fact that Maria is drinking water, maybe, maybe it's true. We don't know. Um, so I'm just going to go out on a limb there and say uh, it may be true. Okay. And again, just because she's drinking juice and we know that she is, doesn't mean that she couldn't also be having something else at the same time. So